support on all maps, so yeah, you know, you pick your battles, but Battlefield of Eternity is one that they were most scary on in 2016, most people would say.
Now with Bala basically out of the meta, and we do have lots of other ones coming in, even Samuro sometimes appearing on this map to Changdan no Immortal. That's still possible, I think, in today's match, or more likely Black going to pick Samuro, possibly. Even Hanzo, there are so many heroes who can do so much damage onto Immortal now, so it's not just Artanis, not just a few of those, even Marthdale. There's so many options and choices. Let's see how they start the draft. They're gonna ban out Greymane to start off.
Greymane removed here, interesting. Greymane, pretty much a must pick in every game, just because he's so powerful. We'll see the insta-lock of Hanzo's. I get the feeling it's gonna be a fast draft. Feliz responding here. Normally, a lot of teams would grab the Uther Genji in this case because you've empowered the Genji with the Uther. You have one of the strongest and highest win rate supports in the game. But, like, against Black, that's a tough call to make. Black's positioning and Black's team fighting is so powerful. Do you really want to try to use a hyper carry hero like Genji in this meta against this team? A lot of other teams might say yes, but Feliz is definitely, at least for the first 30 seconds of this pick phase, are saying no.
Well, I think it's definitely an okay one with Genji Uther pair up, but I think we need to start moving away with that pair. Maybe just pick up Uther with something else, just picking a new.
You did it, G-Clef.
You
said a new Brock. You said the beginning of new Brock before you locked it.
Yes,
still means you were
correct.
You won. So
from the very first game, I feel like they already did their homework. They're starting to move away from that old pair. Of course, Genji is still very strong, but if you have Uther, that already takes the power away, so Black's less likely going to pick that Uther, and Anubarak just rising up so highly with the Cocoon.
Well, as fantastic as Reset's Genji is, picking it against Uther has failed for every team so far. I don't think that it will be seen. We're going to see a different type of DPS here. Possibly the Tychus, maybe like in the later part of the draft, and for now, we're looking probably at like a solo laner in this rotation. Murden will be picked. Oh my god. They are going to do it. They are crazy. 0% win rate across the board in Korea versus Uther, and a very low win rate in general is Genji at the moment, despite having a very high involvement rate. He will be played by Reset in this game against Uther.
Overall, in all HGC, including China, around low 40% win rate on Genji.
Yeah, I mean, he's highly picked, but sometimes he's picked with the wrong compositions. They don't have Uther to empower the Genji either. Like, I don't like this draft for KSV at the moment. Let's see when it finishes what it means, but banning the Rhaegar, that's an interesting one. Just trying to limit the support for Genji, I suppose. Like,
yep, I think that's the way to go. They have they're going for the support choke, not just the Lucio. They need to protect Hanzo and Genji at the same time, and they have a Nubarak already, so Rhaegar was the one that's going to bother them.
What do you make of the Tracer ban? I don't fully understand that one, to be honest. Like, that is not something that I was thinking of at all. Like, this is not a Uther Task Tracer composition. Like, that was not even a thing. Well, at least it's not in what we've known. Maybe in scrims it's a thing, but not in Korea.
Maybe Feliz was trying to do some Tracer bombs right after the Cocoon, some pair-ups with the CC that can actually harass Hanzo a lot, but oftentimes actually Tracer is the one that gets harassed by the basic attack if Hanzo goes for that redemption build.
Sonya makes her appearance now in this series. Will be the solo top laner on this map, 4-man at the bottom. And we're still just waiting to see what the range DPS is going to be here against the Genji Hanzo. Do not want to see any sort of crazy Zeratul play. Okay, it's going to be Vala, so strong for the objective. Not as strong as Hanzo, though, no one would argue.
Let's see if they want more damage or just go with their old favorite and fit in Tastar at the very end. I think that can still work, because they did pick up Vala now.
That's a pick that can work, but it feels so dated. But then again, KSV is running an unusual comp that has... I mean, I feel like there is merits to running the Tastar against this, but Hanzo doing a lot of steady damage. Genji looking for those Dragon Blades. Artanis. So this was the trump card. This was the unusual pick coming into this draft. The Artanis here will be Rich's hero. So that's going to help them win races. It is going to allow for some big plays to be made if the swaps are good, with Hanzo doing insane amounts of damage. This is definitely going to be, now that we've seen the Artanis, it's like, no question it's going to be Redemption. There's almost no question before, but like now you know it's going to be a Redemption build. Everyone has been, I feel like there's this air of, there's this feeling of the best way to deal with Hanzo is some sort of backline dive, like the Anub'arak is really strong against what people believe in Korea. Zeratul has been picked even with double melee to try to kill the Hanzo. But I think Feliz's best bet here is to actually take a second DPS, one with sustained damage, tries to win those longer fights. Sure, they're fighting against Malfurion, but they have Vala. They could alternatively get Burst, try to burst through Malfurion heals, but Genji's got Deflect, for example. Hanzo's positioning is going to be correct almost all of the time here. There's probably going to be Sake playing that hero, right? They are just hellbent on the double support Vala here.
They do have Vala, so it is very outdated. Just like game number, just like the last game we had from Gluck.
Like you look at this Feliz comp, and if you told me, if you just took a picture of that and told me, like, asked me, Wolf, like, what period is this? Like, when was this screenshot taken? I'd probably tell you like September 2017. But nope, gonna be used in this 2018 match right now. There are merits to it, right? It's a very strong composition, and none of these heroes were really tweaked in massive ways since the double support meta. It's just that players have figured out how to play around it better. And double DPS means double damage on the Immortals, means better racing. The comp of Feliz will not be able to dive, and the Q build Vala doesn't gain as much.
Oh,
Sake needs pause. The Q Vala does not gain as much for...
Do you also hear that weird sound?
Yeah.
It's gone now, but
that was weird.
Maybe that was the error.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought I was going crazy for a second there. The Q build Vala isn't going to gain that much from double supports. What I'm trying to say here at the end of the day, where there's crazy pause coming through and weird wonky sounds in my ears, but there's arguments to be made for it. Again, like the sustained damage Vala can do in the race that she would do against other comps, but like Tastar's shields are going to help against Genji for a brief amount of time, and you know, Vala can be divine shielded, obviously, but Artanis is going to take his level 1 damage increase. I don't know why that word, the name of the talent is not coming to me. Amateur opponent. And we're going to see some flip attempts coming through from Rich. And there's high potential for kills on this you know, set of heroes that do not have a lot of high health pools. It's weird sounds continue in my headset. And with the armor reduction coming through from Hanzo, like Anub'arak's front line is not going to necessarily be enough for them. I don't know. I see the comp and I see what it means and what it meant in 2017, but I don't see what it means for this game right now. That's what I'm trying to say at the end of the day.
It is kind of another VP. It is kind of unusual for Black to have this kind of draft. Of course, Murden, and last time when they picked Malfurion, they did lose that match because they were trying to go with the sustain. It was not really working out against the burst damage. But on the other hand, other than Sonya, they don't really have the burst damage here. Unless Vala goes with the W build, which was the pair with Auriel. But without the Auriel, I think will just be the Q, of course.
Well, if I had to guess, by the way, it looks like this is a headset problem.
Oh, Wolf, you're smart. You guessed it right. No 3-2-3 yet, guys. This game's not even in to the first fight.
Well, he typed instead of PP, which means that if this were a CASPA sanction event, they would receive a warning. It would be like a lot of discussion, like maybe they'd like lose first pick and map for game 2, like, but it's fine. Not going to be the case here. We're just going to sort out the issues. I guess Sake's got a problem too. Looks like for the members of Feliz, like, you know, Frankel's like a little bit tired, but everything else is good.
Everyone's comfortable, ready to go.
Yeah.
Only one white keyboard.
Yeah, that's the same color as my keyboard. About the same size as well. Can't tell if it's 10 keyless or not though.
I think it is 10 keyless.
I think so.
That's the best for gaming.
Yeah. Well, it's the most portable, and I guess like it has less keys and stuff. And
You have a lot more room for your mouse if you have that long one.
yeah,
The HGC mouse pad, as you can see, one of the best ones out there.
yeah. I still use. I have my HGC mouse pad as my like. I actually use it because it's so long and it's so big. I use it as kind of like a rest for my wrists on my secondary computer, like on my MacBook, where I like do writing and stats analysis and stuff when I'm not playing games. Then on my regular computer, I have my WCS Championship Series StarCraft mouse pad. Because I love StarCraft. I used to cast that game, and I think it's also the most comfortable mouse pad I've ever used. So it's also huge. I got esports mouse pads. OJ, he looks like he's gonna write a book. If I did it with that look right now.
Seems like the problem solved. For Sake nodding his head for now. Oh, they did get the new KSV jersey.
Yeah,
Very
it is new. It's the color's a little bit flashier. They added this like thing on the back. Like it's kind of like it's almost like he's wearing like a necklace that's not fully completed around his neck. But he's got this kind of and it gives the illusion of like chest plates or something. All right.
Finally back in game. It is Qvala, which you mentioned, and redemption of course from Hanzo. They have enough damage onto the Immortal with the amateur opponent.
So we are now in game. Amateur opponent, as you say. Everything else standard. Qvala. Artanis versus Sonya is actually kind of a funny matchup because Artanis is so finicky. Like, I feel like it's a winning matchup for Sonya most of the time. However, like if you don't understand exactly the threshold for Artanis' shields and you misstep in that moment, or Artanis swaps you into a bad mini wave or into cannon towers, like you can lose the matchup to Artanis. But normally it's going to be like a medium advantage to Sonya. But there are moments where Rich can outplay. Actually, Rich is playing Hanzo. I didn't realize that until now. So that means that Reset, no.
Is on Genji.
Kyocha is playing Artanis.
And
that's not good.
In my memory, Kyocha was solo killed a couple of times.
Let's see how he plays. Like, I don't want to judge him too early, and this is of course against Feliz, but like, this has normally been a bad sign when Rich says, I'm only going to play Dahaka, I actually just want to make team plays, and then plays Hanzo instead. Almost hit that Sonic Arrow on Frankel. Wouldn't have gotten him the kill, but it might have allowed his teammates to do a dive with Reset. Gonna go ahead and take this camp as they've won the battle of this 4-man for the moment. Uther coming back from spawn, so a little bit of a reprieve here. Meanwhile, Sonya is starting to finally overtake Artanis in the top lane, as you can see.
Not going to be too powerful, of course, with the amateur opponent. Can push the wave a little bit faster, but against Sonya, it's going to be a tough matchup. Unless you can actually get that swap into the turret somehow. Not going to be making that mistake. It's a pretty hard thing to do as a solo laner.
Yeah.
Look at that. He finished it in 220. Already 12 stacks on the redemption.
Yep. Just shooting people a lot, revealing them a lot. I mean, it's just for the Immortal. Great timing. Now he's got the attack speed to win the race. Have Reset swap up here for a moment to prevent the rotation of Hnaten. And just scouts it out because he obviously has the mobility. Just come over here, clear this camp up. Tist goes to prevent any... Look at how Tist is moving. Just making sure no one comes anywhere near this area. Sonic Arrow. They have such good vision control with Tist plus Rich's Sonic Arrows. Like, everything Feliz is doing is an open book. Look at Tist's position. They don't even know where he is, but he knows where they are. Comes around, flanks, trying to get the pick on the Tass, force out the stasis. So well done. That was incredible. I think they're going to get the pick too.
And that gets the zoning. Genji plus more than just jumping over everywhere with that some CC onto Nubarak. It's going to be second kill. Even more Reset is looking for when he's also low.
Terrifying playing against this kind of coordination. Are you kidding me? They controlled vision using the Sonic Arrows. Tist knows where they are. He backs away, sneaks into the vents there, the line of sight blockers, goes into the second line of sight blockers, and then Tastar is always the target. It's a win no matter what if you gank Tastar because you force him to use Dimensional Shift. That means he can't be in range of anybody because that's on cooldown. It's a long cooldown. And then you can try to get the pick afterwards, and they're in position to do it. That was so coordinated. That was so well done.
Vala pushing in as a Hanzo, but way too... almost overstepped as the CC was landing on from Furion. But now OJ Already taking too much damage. Not just from Hanzo, every one of their members of Black here.
I mean, this is actually
This is
just
on
like,
board.
Black is like, don't even stand kind of close to me right now or I will kill you. Half a level lead now, 3 kills to 0. Nearly fully shielded Immortal, 13k, 0.7 on this red Immortal spawning.
Even as an Anubarak, like the damage coming in, all the spell damage and the basic attack, even more from Hanzo, was insane. Artanis was not even there the entire time, just doing what he's doing on the other side with the Immortal, just chunking that down. Almost fully shielded. First Immortal, already leveled up. Black is trying to speedrun this.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, with all the poke they have with Genji, like, and he has Redemption, this could damage the keep wall. I think Feliz cannot lose anybody! Uh-oh! Frankel!
Ubara comes in, but it was way too late. Vala focus fire and Reset dives
They
in.
only have Tastar to deal with this Immortal now. This will definitely damage the keep wall. Look at Sake. Just trying to make sure the minion shots, just absorbing them as much as he can and like moving forward here. Now Tist is doing the better job on that. Oh, wait, no, go back. I want to see the perfect storm. We're hitting the bolts, but I want to see the damage on Rich at the moment. Okay, look at Reset's positioning. Just trying to make them forget he's there so that we can see another storm bolt, another root. Damage 22,000. That is nearly, it's just over double.
Oh my goodness.
Vala's.
At 540.
Double Vala's damaged. 9,000 to 22,000 hero damage at the moment. Let me say it one more time. 22,000 hero damage at the moment. So, taking the top camp as well with the rest of his scatter arrow build, we're going to see a potential pick on the Kyocha. Nope, he gets out. So he gets that top camp. That's going to be more pushes towards the top keep wall, which is already slightly damaged. Black's on the cusp of 10. They will have it before the next Immortal. Very unlikely Feliz will be able to say the same. And now they're going to look for an invade here right as 10 hits.
It's an early camp, and Feliz is trying to do this by catch the rotation a little bit. Black it's 10, just going in just a tiny second late. They were waiting for that level 10 mark there.
Taking the blind on Artanis to help guarantee that they win the race. Blinding Vala, removing all that damage. When you have 1 DPS and majority of your damage is auto attacks, that's gonna happen.
1d4.
Yeah, did you see those arrows too? I think he hit everyone except Aimer.
Not even close. That's a rough situation. Maybe if they had Cocoon, of course, Hanzo will be away at that moment, but...
Kyocha's just shoving this to the keep.
He's playing on RPG by himself with Sonya on the other side. Either Sonya... They can't even have Sonya join the fight because they'll be losing EXP even more because Artanis is always on the other side.
That's why they're always trying to rotate to make sure they can like kind of intercept any Feliz members rotating up, because if they don't go to stop Kyocha's push, then they lose the keep right eventually. So that's why Black is just basically doing everything correctly right now at the moment in terms of their positioning to prevent those rotations while they have that level 10 advantage. It'll be a little bit tougher once that's no longer the case, but just trying to push this wall down to get 10. Might get punished for it though as Artanis continues to solo this Immortal. He's actually rotating down now as we're in halftime.
Ooh, Vala.
Frankel is definitely dead.
Ooh, E-Star.
No? Is he actually going to get out?
They don't care too much about Vala because they got the fully 100% shielded Immortal now.
This is not correct, by the way. Positioning.
Oh, I get found out by Reset. Oh my goodness.
Well,
RIP.
I think this is going to be a perfect game, G-Clef, if I had to guess. Perfect Immortal health. Yeah, fully shielded. Like,
oh, man.
You know something has gone wrong when your Vala is trying to sneak between 2 forts in the enemy side of Battlefield Eternity. You know something has gone wrong in positioning-wise. Like, and then the Shuriken comes through from Reset, and it's like, time's up, buddy.
Oh, man. The moment you realize your destiny, that's the saddest moment ever.
I mean, yeah. Well,
they say he hit 10 before
Malfurion,
13.
He's holding on to that potential tranquility to end, you know.
Maybe just to sustain at the very end. Let's see how far this Immortal, they're trying to go in with the stun. With
There
the
it is.
Yeah,
Just keeping everybody healed so the Immortal can go through and do the real damage. Root coming through onto Hnaten.
Seems like they're not really forcing in as they can just play it safe with this Immortal still having 80%. They're going in now with the Death Star. Barely survives with the shift.
Reset.
And early shield.
That
onto
Divine Shield
Sonya
does
again.
nothing. Cocoon's done here. Frankel, he is in trouble. Look at how much damage Rich is doing. Look at that damage. Oh my god, he disappeared. Reset. He's on Frankel. This core is under attack. Hnaten trying to hit as many as he can with that whirlwind to try to heal up. Not going to be enough. That's the double. Make it a triple kill. And Feliz will be perfect gamed here in game 1. 4 structures to none. 8 kills to 0 in a 10-minute game. KSV Black is going to start the series off 1-0.
They failed. They passed the 10-minute mark by 3 seconds.
Yeah. It was not a sub 10-minute game. Well, there you have it. That was a disaster.